Would you like some cottage cheese? Here. I just spent the past 2 hours trying to set up my audio because it wouldn't work. Whenever I have my DSLR plugged into the AC adapter and I have my condenser mic plugged into my audio interface with a cable that runs to my DSLR so that the audio is recorded and synced together so that I don't have to re-edit audio like later on to get everything lined up. The problem with it is that the cord for the AC adapter that is plugged into my DSLR makes a buzzing sound that I can hear in the audio. When I unplug that and put a battery into my DSLR, I don't hear that sound anymore, but I hear a different type of buzzing sound. And then I tested it the other way to where I have the cord to this plugged in, which is the AC adapter cord to power it from the power strip. And I unplugged the USB cord to the audio interface, so it's not getting any connectivity with the computer. It got rid of part of the buzzing sound, but it was still making a buzzing sound. It seems the only way to completely eliminate it is to use a battery with this DSLR, unplug the audio interface from the computer, and record from the mic to the DSLR. But the problem with that is I have to keep unplugging the USB cord over and over every time I want to make a video. And I have to have a battery in it instead of a AC adapter plugged into a power strip, which makes it very inconvenient because the battery could die. And I have to keep unplugging the USB cord, which is going to wear out the audio interface connection to the USB. So I'm going to just do it this way for now until I can figure out why it's doing this. It doesn't make any sense. I even disconnected my Wi-Fi and all Bluetooth devices and unpowered everything, and then set it to where the only thing plugged in to the power strip was my computer, the audio interface, and my DSLR. I even set it to where the DSLR had the battery in it instead, without the AC adapter connector, so there wasn't any issue with any ground loop. The audio interface was unplugged from the computer, and the sound went away. I plugged it back in, made a sound, but the only thing that was plugged in my computer was my mouse and my keyboard. Nothing else was plugged in. And I tried different USB ports in the back of my computer. Still does it. So then I tried it without that plugged in, a battery into the DSLR, and just USB to this, still making a buzzing sound. My power strip is an expensive power strip, and it's got the 3-prong for grounding, and everything's plugged into that, but I unplugged everything else from it, and it still makes it, I don't know, I can't figure it out, it doesn't make any sense to me. But maybe it could be because this apartment is old. It's like 100 and some years old, and all of the wiring on the one side of my house, which is that side of my apartment, which is there's 2 outlets in that side of my apartment that they're not grounded at all. There's 2 outlets, but they got 2 plugins each, so all 4 plugins have no grounding on them. And for about 2.5 or 3 years almost, I had my computer plugged into one of them, which wasn't even grounded. Luckily, I found that out when I got this new power strip, and I plugged that in over to a grounded outlet. So, I don't know. I did try and change it to where I plugged my computer into an ungrounded outlet, and I connected that to it. It still does it. So I don't know. Maybe I need to get some kind of thing to fix that. But if I get something to fix the grounding problem, would that still fix the problem of the USB being that's plugged into my audio interface? Would it get rid of that sound? Because if it gets rid of the sound, the buzzing sound that comes from my AC adapter that is plugged into my power strip, is it going to fix the interference that I'm getting from my computer plugged into my audio interface? That I don't know. And I spent 15 minutes recording a video and I had to start over. But yeah, I'm eating some cottage cheese. And I'm going to do some drawing, some doodles. Someone told me today about using cottage cheese for making lasagna. And I was going to make some lasagna, but my stove, it does not work because the doors don't close all the way. And I have my stove off right now. I turned the gas valve off because it makes my apartment really hot. So let's go ahead and start some doodling right now. I think I'm going to eat some more of that. Get myself a pen. Could be this pen. Could be this pen. Could be this one. Any of them. A million of them. I got a million pens. I got this little, this here, which is nib I was cleaning the other day. And got another one here. And clean that one off too. But let's go ahead and do some doodling. I don't know what I'm going to draw, but we'll find out when we get there. So let's go ahead, put on some headphones. I'm going to listen to some podcast first. And then after that, you start doodling. So draw along. Listen if you want to. It's up to you, but let's go ahead and we shall begin doodling. I do have some good news. And that good news is that I have fixed all of my rotring isograph nibs. All of them are working now, and now I can do all kinds of drawing. I wanted to use the 0.25 more in my sketchbooks to make more detailed drawings. And that one, the 0.18 and the 0.35 are the three that I currently have for my rotring isograph. But for this drawing in my sketchbook, I have the TWSBI Eco T. Now, I enjoy drawing with this fountain pen, and it does hold a lot of ink for drawing. A lot of ink. I'm kind of undecided on which pens I prefer to draw with. Isograph technical pens or to draw with fountain pens. What I like about fountain pens is that you can hold them at any angle and they're a lot tougher than these rotring isograph technical pens because they got a fairly fragile nib and you've got to hold them vertically almost to get proper line width and to prevent yourself from damaging the pen. But I do have another fountain pen I got recently that I will be reviewing. So stick around if you would like to see that. And until then, keep drawing, have fun, and I will talk to you later, and you have a great day. And stop by again, and we can doodle together. See you later.